Hi guys, today I'm here with Rutvik, one of my friends. So he just want to understand the fundamentals of the financial statements. So I'm recording this session so that I can just post this session for you guys as well. So let's get started. Hi Rutvik, how are you?
Hi Suman, I'm good and how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Rutvik. Thank you. And Rutvik, today we'll be looking the fundamentals of one of my stock called Deepak Knight, right? So if you have any stock in your list, so just let me know. Like once we finish this Deepak Nitrate, so look into the fundamentals of the stock which you want to know. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Ritvik. Without any delay, let's get into the topic.
And we
So
have to
first of
discuss
all,
in Telugu or English or a combination we have to.
so anything is
In
fine,
which
Ritvik.
language we
So
have to discuss?
anything is fine, Ritvik. So if you have doubts in Telugu, you can just talk in Telugu or in English.
No, no,
Anything
as
is
per
fine. No,
no,
no, video
because
wise
even
that's okay
others
because
also to
yeah, video wise that's fine because we are having mixture. Like there are many people who knows Telugu and English in our group, so I think language is not a constraint. So we can just go with English, or else at times we can use Telugu if it is little. I mean, like not understandable from our perspectives, or else from the listeners' perspectives as well. Okay.
yeah, sure.
So majority will try to be manage it in the English itself. Okay. Because I
Yeah,
think
sure.
that's the one language where people, majority of the people can understand. So Ritvik,
Yeah, okay,
this is
sure.
the first thing you have to go for screener.in. So I'll be looking any fundamentals in the screener.in website. Okay, so just let's go.
Yeah, and I want to know what is see and before starting, you're talking about fundamentals, right?
Mm-hmm,
Because I think in many videos I heard that what is fundamental, etc., etc. They
mm-hmm.
are always talking about the fundamentals, but I want to know what is fundamentals and what we have to look into that.
So basically, we are having two types of entries into the stock market. So one is fundamental and another one is technical. So technical is nothing but purely based on charts. So if you could see, I'll be sharing some charts into our group. So that is technical. So keeping that apart, like in that technical portion, we will be generally not looking into the fundamentals. So we'll be going with the momentum. But here in these fundamentals, so we'll be looking solidly into the company, so what kind of business the company is into, and what are its financial statements? So how the outlook of the company for the coming years. So basically, we'll be looking into the fundamentals when our view is from long term to very long term. So if you want to invest for long term, so then definitely you have to consider the fundamentals. Okay.
Okay. And I want, what do you mean by fundamentals? Can you start with that? And before going to that, I want to know where we can see all this data. Because I am new to stock market, I want to see suppose you are looking at Deepak Nitrate, right? Suppose I
Mhm.
want to look into IEX. So
Yeah,
then where I can have all these details? Can you provide some link or etc.? I think that might be useful for us.
definitely. So I'll just copy this link and I'll just paste it to you in the chart itself. So I think, give me 1 second.
And just I have to replace that company name, right? Inside that.
Yes,
In that
exactly.
link,
So
I
if you
have
could see, so you can just type screener.in. So if you type this website screener.in, so you'll get the homepage. Okay.
yeah, okay,
So
okay.
on this homepage, I have just typed the,
Screener dot it.
yeah. So I have just entered Deepak Nitrite. So here, once you enter the Deepak Nitrite, you won't get these many aspects as and when you open the Deepak Nitrite, because these are all I have added into dashboard. Okay. Do you got me?
Okay. Yeah. I got it.
Yeah, because so they in general they'll be giving only few aspects like market cap, stock PE. So this kind of only like 5 to 6 items they'll be adding into the dashboard automatically. But then, so if you could see, I have added so many things into the dashboard.
Sumant,
Okay,
your
like,
voice is breaking.
okay, is it audible now?
Yeah, it
Hello.
is fine now.
Yeah. So the main thing
Yeah,
is,
it is fine now. And where we can
Hello. Prithvi, can you hear me?
Sumant, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Or-
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, Ruchik. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's
It's fine. Okay.
fine,
So,
Sumant. It's coming.
yeah, considering Deepak Knight, right? So when you're looking for the fundamentals, the majorly you'll be looking into the P&L, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet.
Okay.
So P&L is nothing but, for example, if Deepak Nitrite is doing its business from 1st April to 31st March. So during this entire period, whatever the operations performed by the Deepak Nitrite, so it will be reflected in
Okay.
P&L. That means, like, for example, if it is like there are two types of natures. So one is capital and one is revenue. I mean, like, I just don't want to confuse much here. So just to be on lighter note, so if you buy any asset which you can use for long term, so it will be going into the balance sheet. Okay.
Okay.
Or else if you sell any items like which is an operating activity for the Deepak Nitrite. Let me suppose say you were you are a retailer, you are buying pens and you are selling pens. Okay.
Okay.
So when you are selling pens, it is an operating activity for you. So which is nothing but revenue for you. And there'll be some
Yeah.
profit margin for that, right? So there'll be some
Yeah.
cost for you for buying that pen.
Yeah.
So which is nothing but your cost. So the revenue minus cost is nothing but your profit. Got it?
Okay. Revenue minus capital.
No, no, revenue minus expenses.
Yeah. Okay. Revenue minus expenses is my profit. Okay.
Yeah. So if you could see the same thing here, the consolidated profit and loss account, like in screener.in, there will be two results, quarterly results as well as yearly results. Okay.
Okay.
So majorly we will be looking for the long term. So then generally I'll be taking yearly results.
Okay.
So if you could see, the Deepak Nitrite has started its operations. So before, it might have started before March 2015, but then if you could see the stock itself, it has been listed in the year around 2015, so that we are available with the financials from March 2015 here in the screener.in.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So if you could see the Deepak Nitrite, why I'm saying my favorite stock, in March 2015, the operating profit of Deepak Nitrite is 140 crores. Okay.
Okay.
But then if you see now, March 2021, so which is 6 years from there, the operating profits of
Okay. That's
1200 crores,
it's almost increased 10 times. Okay.
almost 10 times. And now this is TTM, means trailing 12 months, like expecting results. So they're also expecting the next year will also be very good. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to see the incremental of these operating profits. If you could see Deepak Nitrite, there is a consistency. So 140, 169, 139, 204, 421. So there is a incremental trend. So if you could see here, 421 to 1035. So there was an all of sudden incremental from 2019 to 2020. So in this case, what you have to do,
Yeah.
you have to look into the annual report, why the revenues has increased that way. Or else if you can just see here, if you want to elaborate this, you can just click plus sign. So they'll be saying the sales growth, from which extent to which extent the sales has really grown. Okay. The similar case, you could see
Okay.
what is the material cost percentage and what is the manufacturing cost percentage. So in terms of percentages, you can just see the cost of the company.
Okay, and one more. See, I would like to ask one question.
Mhm.
You were talking about. Can you go to that sales thing?
Yeah.
See, if suppose I want to see fundamentals of X some X stock, then I
Mhm.
have to see what is the growth. If growth is not accurate and it's many up and downs are there, means that is not good at fundamental. That's it, right? We suppose
Yeah.
starts with 120 and
Mhm.
it's down the line it is decreasing, means it's not good at
Yeah.
fundamental.
Yeah. No, it's
Okay,
not as
it
such.
stay
It's not good at fundamentals, but then
okay.
you have to go through the annual report of that company, because obviously if the fundamentals are really strong, then definitely you could see that impact in the sales. There should be increase in the sales. But then at times what happens, though the business model is so strong, so for the first couple of years they will be posting some little sales because of their excessive capital expenses. Let me
Okay.
suppose say any new company for that matter. So Nika or else Paytm. So they are spending so much of expenses on the capital. So initially there could be very less sales, but then all of a sudden for 1 year they could show a very big improvement in the sales. So it doesn't mean that
Okay.
in like general cases the sales will grow consistently when it is a fundamentally strong company. In general cases,
Can you give me a bad example for bad fundamental? Any
definitely
stock,
like tell me one stock, anything like let us
S
suppose.
Bank or some. I want to
Yeah,
see S Bank. I
great
think it's
example.
going
So
down.
yeah,
Okay.
let's go with the S Bank now. So you could see S Bank here. As yeah, here if you could see profit and loss account of S Bank. So March 2013, they have showed a financing profit of 720, right?
Okay.
But then if you could see the financing profit in the March 2020, it was 32 crore minus 32 crore 452, which is
Okay.
so till here it's fine. It's going consistently till here, March 2018. In March
Yeah.
2019, there was some mismanagement happened. Like if you remember, Nitish Rana, someone like who has been the managing director of this S Bank, so he has resigned. So
Okay.
this is the situation. March 28 to March 2020, some gadbad has happened in that company. So that's why you could see the expenses has increased all the way from 11,000 crores to 39,000 crores,
Okay. Yeah.
which is unusual.
Okay.
So so the profit itself, it went like the loss itself, it went from minus. Actually, it was there in the profit during 2018. So that's why the shareholders are very, very eyeful on this stock. So people are buying, and it went around 400, around something. Like I just want to show you the
Okay.
fall of S Bank also. Yeah, you could see here. So it was trading at 373 at one point of time during 18th of August. Sorry, 17th August 2018. So which is reflecting the numbers of March 2018 till here, 1144, right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
as and when March 2019, it posted 2021 loss, 2000 crore loss. So there you could see the stumble of the stock. So it tumbled like crazy. So from 373, it went all the way, all the way to see how it's falling, how it's falling, how it's falling. So this is where we have to be really careful. Like we have to analyze our portfolio on regular basis. We can't just say that we have invested into fundamental companies so that we can just close our eyes and then we can just keep on investing. So here we have to regularly analyze. Like if you see S Bank till March 2018, it looks sound. But then all of a sudden in March 2019, this was an indication minus 2021. So when this is the case, you will just go through the annual report. So you will just try to identify why this loss has been happened here. Okay. If
Okay.
something unusual happened, then definitely it is the time you have to get out of that particular stock. So this is where like the people generally hesitate. Like when you enter at 370, you will hesitate to come out at 300 or 270. you say you will be feeling like already I lost 90 rupees. What is there to lose more? But then you could see what you can lose here all the way from 373 to 3 rupees, or sorry, around 14-12 rupees. So which is almost 90 to 95% of the wealth has been eroded, right? So which is better,
Yeah.
losing 20% or 90%? I hope losing 20% is better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why like the fundamentals of the company, you have to analyze it regularly. Like let me suppose a Deepak Nitrite, I'll be looking every quarter results, and I'll be looking at least annually, like I'll be reading annual report, like what is the company into, and whether its core operations has been very good or not. So these kind of things I have to do if a particular stock is there in my core portfolio. Okay,
Okay, sure.
this
And
is the
can you
just
show me that quarterly results once?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you see quarterly results, so it was also consistent. So there was no huge fluctuations.
Okay.
You could see like it was consistently going, right? If
Yeah.
you could see, if you observed here, so there are 107, 194, 254, 250. So this kind of, I mean, like one or two fluctuations from 194 to 254, it's generally there. It will be there because there could be any reason. Like if you see, suppose June 2020 quarter, it was a period of COVID. So because of which there could be hamper in the sales, hamper in the production, anything can happen. So this unusual for 1 or 2 quarters is totally fine. And actually, this is not so unusual. So if you could see OPM, operating profit margin. So this operating profit margin is nothing but for every, I mean, like the sales, if you see 767 sales and 659 expenses. So if you compare this 107 with the sales of 767, you will arrive at this percentage. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, like, for example, let me suppose say you made a sale of 100 rupees, you made a profit of 20 rupees. So then operating profit margin is 20%.
Okay.
Likewise, so 107, when you calculate 107 with that 767, I think like it will be coming around 14%. So just give me
Yeah,
one.
and one more doubt. It's always better.
I'll just show you. I just want to be clear on this. 107 divided by 767. Yeah, you could see 14%. All right. So this is the 14%, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's
And one
how.
more thing, it's better to have less expenses than sales, right? That means sales would be more when
Yeah,
compared
you
to
could see the
expenses.
operating profit margin. If it is increasing, then definitely it's a very good sign for the business, because so operating profit margin is nothing but sales minus expenses, which we are arriving at the operating profit. So when our expenses portion is reducing out of the sales portion, then operating profit margin will increases, right?
And may I know the reason? I think in March and June it's fine, and I think in September it went down a little bit. I think
Where
from 30 and 23 operating
yeah,
managing
there could
cost.
be chance,
Yeah.
because see what happens, there could be an increase of expenses during this period, September period. Like I just want to
Okay.
go for much deeper. Yeah, you could see the material cost they have increased, and you could see like if
Oh,
you
okay.
remember that the chemical stocks has corrected from all-time high to around 20 to 30%, because there was some pressure on their margins because of the material cost. So you could see it here in the June quarter, the material cost is only 54%, but then in the September quarter, the material cost has increased to 63%. Okay, because of which
Yeah,
their
yeah.
operating profit margin has been reduced from 30% to 23%. Got it?
Okay, and I got any stock. Yeah, I got it clearly.
Yeah.
Suppose if I'm going in future, if I'm going for any stock means, just I have to go through those fundamentals. If they are fine, then I can invest in that, right?
Yeah, for long term, then definitely few aspects I'll just let you know, like what are the few aspects I'll be looking personally when I want to take that particular stock into my portfolio. So these are the aspects which I have added. So I'll try to just quickly go on to the each aspect. So market cap, you will be knowing that how many shares into the current market price is nothing but market cap. So when it is a core portfolio, then definitely you should be looking for the market cap more than 2000 crores. Okay. So don't go for penny stocks like 100 where the market cap is 100 crores or 500 crores. I personally prefer if the market cap is more than 2000 crores, then only I'll try to inculcate that stock into my core portfolio. Okay.
Okay.
And you could see the current market price, which is nothing but the price which has been traded for today and high low. So Deepak Nitrite has made a high of 3020 rupees and 52-week low of 802 rupees.
Okay.
And this is important here, the stock PE, price to earning. So for every 1 rupee of earning, so how many rupees you are paying for this particular stock? This is what the stock PE means. So for example, if Deepak Nitrite will give 1 rupee for you, it is asking for 29.1 rupee. So you have to decide whether, okay, fine, can I invest into this Deepak Nitrite by paying 29.1 rupee for 1 rupee of earnings. Okay. So generally, the stock PE you have to compare with the industry PE. Industry PE, I think it, yeah, you could see here industry PE, right?
Yeah.
So this industry PE is nothing but, so Deepak Nitrite belongs to the chemical sector. So here the stock PE is the particular individual stock. This is the Deepak Nitrite PE. But whereas the industry PE is nothing but an average of all the stocks belongs to the chemical sector. Okay. You have to make sure, I mean, like it's not all the time, but generally you have to pick the stocks where the stock PE is less than industry PE, unless the stock is really very good at the fundamentals. Okay.
Okay.
So tip number one, pick the stock whose PE is less than industry PE.
Okay, sure. And
Exceptions are
market cap should
allowed.
more than 2000.
Yeah, market cap should
Okay.
more than 2000 crores. And exceptions
Exception
are
for?
always there. I mean, like if
Okay.
you see the Deepak Nitrite PE is 29 and the industry PE is 26.6. So it doesn't mean that Deepak Nitrite is bad stock. So there are PEs
Okay.
where the industry PEs are just, I mean, like there are stocks where the stock PE is more than double or triple or 10 times of industry PE. But that doesn't mean that stock is bad. You have to look into the fundamentals in deeper. But in general cases, you should prefer the stocks where the PE is little lesser than the industry PE. That means there is a potential for growth. I just show one example for you. The same sector, Tirumalai Chemicals. So you could see the stock PE is 9.28 here, but industry PE is 26.6, right?
Yeah.
So that means it is here you are paying just 9 rupees for earning 1 rupee. But the risk what is involved is, once again, you
Yes.
have to go into the fundamentals of the company. Whether you are convinced with the fundamentals or not is the biggest question mark. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So going back to the Deepak Nitrite once again. Yeah. So majorly I'll be looking stock PE, market cap. As of now, two tips: market cap more than 2000 crores. The stock PE should be less than industry PE. The third tip, you have to look the history. So what is the return on capital employed on return on equity per particular stock? So return on equity is nothing but, so the shareholders has invested certain amount, right? So for which they have to prepare the financial statements and the profits. So what is the profit after tax, after reaching every commitment? What is the profit available for the shareholders is nothing but return on equity. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
The likewise return on capital employed is nothing but, so equity is the shareholders amount only. There will be two types of fundings in the company. One is shareholders fund and one is debt fund. Okay.
Okay.
So shareholder, like let me suppose you are starting a business. So the capital is 1 lakh. you are having a funds of 50,000 and you will be borrowing a funds of 50,000, right?
Yeah.
So this return is the shareholders funds, the 50,000 rupees, but whereas this return is for the entire 1 lakh rupees. So if you could see that there was very little difference, that means the debt, it's like Deepak Nitrite is almost a debt free company, because of
Okay.
which
And you,
there was no significant difference between the return on capital employed and return on equity. So
okay.
let's check it in the balance sheet once. Yeah, if you could see, the borrowings are very negligible, 400 crores, very negligible. Whereas the reserves, like if you could see the profits are in around 1200 crores. So when that is the case, then definitely you will be having almost, I mean, like same return on capital and same return on equity. So debt to equity, if you could see, point, yeah. So till now, three aspects: market cap more than 2000. The second one, stock PE should be less than industry PE. The third one, history of the return on capital employed and return on equity, right? So this generally more than 15% is really good. Here the Deepak Nitrite it's giving 40%, but most of the cases the stocks which are having more than 15% are reasonably good. Okay.
yeah, sure.
Yep. So and few other things which I'll be looking is promoters holding. So promoters holding is nothing but the bonus holding. Let me suppose say you have started one company. So you are holding a portion of 45.7% in that company, and the rest of the people are shareholders, like me or someone else, someone else. Okay, this is the
Okay.
bonus fund, the person who actually promoted the company from the start itself. So you have to ensure that there is a reasonable promoters holding in that company, because obviously when the promoter holding is there, then there will be a special interest in that company. The promoter will be looking for the growth of that business, right?
Yeah.
So in that perspective, so I'll be looking for promoter holding, which will be generally more than 30% or 40%. Okay. And the
Okay.
next aspect is debt to equity. So this debt to equity is nothing but what is the debt for the company and what is the equity of the company. So the ideal ratio is for every 1 rupee of, I mean, like for every, uh, just to, how to put this, for every 1 rupee of equity, your debt should not increase half rupee. Do you got me what I mean to say?
Yeah, yeah. 50%. It should not be
Yeah,
50%.
it should
Less
be
than 50%.
less than 50%. The debt should be less than 50% of the equity capital. I just want to show you. You can just go here, like if you have any doubts, so you can just type like this: ideal debt to equity ratio. So you could see the ideal debt to equity ratio should not be a level of 2.0. That means, yeah, a good debt to equity is around 1 to 1.5. That means for every uh, 2 rupees of equity, there should be only 1 rupee of debt. It's not like hard and fast rule, but then it's all depends upon the industry as well. Like in banking sector, you can't see the debt to equity ratio because their business is entirely involved based on the debt, right?
Yeah, borrow only.
So you could see anything between 0.5 to 1.5 is considered good. So that's how for every 1 rupee of equity, the debt should not exceed 0.5 rupees. Okay.
Yeah,
And
okay.
next coming to the FIS holding. So FIS holding or DIS holding, these are the big players. So if you could see that stock has tumbled 20 to 30%, one thing should have been happened. Either FIS should have been went out or DIS should have been went out or promoter should have been sold their share. So then only the stock would have been tumbled as such. If you could see the FIS has reduced their share by 0.58%. So there could be few situations because FIS they might have entered around 1,000 rupees. They might be booking their profit around 3,000 rupees. So there is no wrong that just because of change in FIS, there is no negative view that the company should not be performing well as such. So there could be some profit booking from FII's perspective as well. So here, in order to get the deeper details, you can just go down and you can just look at here, shareholding pattern. So you could see what is the promoter's shareholding from December 2018 here. If you could see, the promoters are holding their shares since March 2020, they haven't changed their share. So before that, it was only 0.64, but they increased their share in the March 2020. So if you could see, the promoters are increasing their share. So which is really a very good sign. That means they are having so much of potential. They could see so much of potential in that business. So because of which they are increasing their share, right? Hello.
Yeah,
Ritik,
yeah,
are you there?
Sumit, yeah, I'm hearing.
Yeah, so this is how you will be looking the shareholding patterns. So even if you could see FIS, though they have sold 0.58%, still they are holding 10.85%. In DIS also, if
Okay.
you could see, they are holding 10.61%. So general public is holding only 32% in Deepak Nitrite. Okay.
And I would like to know, see, I have one more doubt there.
Mhm.
FIS means who are
Foreign
buying, right?
institutional investors.
Yeah, who are investing, and DAS means who are selling.
No. So FIS means foreign institutional investors. DIS means domestic institutional investors. So the
Oh, that
difference
means
is,
okay.
let me suppose say Invesco. Invesco is not a company in India, so it belongs to some abroad. So those are all foreign institutional investors. So if
Okay.
I say domestic institutional investors, some kind of Motilal Oswal. So you could see here the Reliance Capital Trustee or else SBI.
Like mutual funds,
Exactly,
things and all.
exactly. So DAs are nothing but which has their certification of incorporation in India. So FIs are nothing but from other part of India. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So coming back, uh, the current ratio, you have to look for the current ratio. Current ratio is nothing but current assets minus current liabilities. Sorry, current assets divided by current liabilities. So why I'll be looking this current ratio? So in order to meet the short-term obligations, whether the company is having enough funds or not. So this is a little tricky part, because if I just go to the deep, it's once again it will be confusing for you. But just remember, current ratio should be more than 1, which is very good. Like if you could see here 3, it's good. Like it's having more than 1. So more than 1 indicates a very good current ratio for any company. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. PEG ratio is nothing but growth ratio. So PEG
Okay.
ratio generally, the ideally, if it is less than 1, then it indicates it's having even more potential to grow. So PEG
Okay.
ratio less than 1, it will be a good sign for that company to enter. Okay.
Okay. More than one means it's almost all it IDs.
Yeah.
That means like upper circuit.
Yes.
In
Yes.
common words, we can say that. Yeah.
And not upper circuit, there are companies, very good companies, even more PEG ratio is 2, 3 also. But then ideally, I am saying PEG ratio less than 1 is one such good factor which you have to take into the consideration before investing. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. And this intrinsic value, generally I include this just to check whether if I am investing into any stock, whether I have been, investing at the right price, or else intrinsic value is nothing but, so there will be some certain parameters based on which they will calculate what is the value of that company. So if you could see, there will be valuations which will be performing in the annual reports. So they will be saying targets of sell, buy, right?
Yeah.
So the targets will be arriving based on few expectations. So they'll expect at least 5 to 6 years from there, and then they will arrive at some figures based on which they will arrive at these values, intrinsic values. There are different ways to calculate these intrinsic values, but then it doesn't mean that intrinsic value is just 1272, but the stock is trading at 2274. That's overvalued. Actually,
Okay.
when the business is really good, then definitely the stock will be trading at the premium. So that's what happening in the Deepak Nitrite here. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll be checking interest coverage ratio. So this interest coverage ratio is nothing but, so there will be interest portion if the company is having debt, right?
Yeah.
So if you could see the balance sheet, the company is having a debt of 400 crores. That means the company is paying some interest on this, right?
Yeah.
400 crores. So this interest coverage is nothing but profit before interest and tax. So what is the profit available for the company before meeting its interest and before making any payments in the form of taxes? What is the profit available for the company? So that profit divided by interest. So you could see 29.5 times. So which is really, really, really a very high. That means the company profit is having in such a way that it could pay its interest 29 times, which is a very good sign, right?
Oh, yeah, good sign. Yeah.
Yeah. So majorly these are the aspects which I'll be looking in terms of fundamentals. But then like see, like there were many other things which I can say, but then like it will be very, very overloaded for you if I just keep on saying something just because I know. So
Yeah, I think
basically,
till now,
yeah,
yeah, till
basically
now,
these are the
whatever,
aspects.
yeah.
If you want to read about company, you can just see here in about section. Deepak Nitrite is a chemical manufacturing company based out of Gujarat. It's a leading manufacturer of organic, inorganic, fine and specialty chemicals. So this is where you can just go through about the company as well. So screener.in is really, really.
And we can see their competitors as well here itself.
Sorry,
We can see their competitors as well.
could you
See, I would
little
like to
enhance
know.
your voice? I couldn't hear your voice.
No. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's very
See, I
clear.
would like to know who are the competitors for this particular Deepak Nitrite company.
The
Where
competitors,
can
you
I
can do
find
one
this?
thing. You can do one thing. I'll just
Okay.
show you. So if you could see here, Deepak Nitrite, you could see peers,
Yeah.
peers. So these are the competitors of Deepak Nitrite. So these are the people who are there in that particular industry. So you could see Pidilite
Oh,
Industries
okay.
was in the chemical sector, SRF. So it's all based on these screener.in filters. So there could be other competitors also. It changes. Basically, there were many other chemical companies, but then as per screener.in, these are the peers for Deepak Nitrite. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think fundamental wise,
I think,
this is
yeah,
pretty
I
much
think
for
I got
any
enough
novice
information.
traders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't
Yeah.
want to overload your brain with saying something. So just to make it very brief, ensure that operating profits are increasing in a consistent trend. The second thing is make sure the market cap is more than 2000 crore.
2000.
Yeah, 2000 crore. Stock PE should be less than industry PE. So the
And debt
return
to
on,
equity should be less than 1.
yes, debt to equity should be less than 1. Even, I mean, like it's a 0.5 to 1. So less than 1 you can consider. If it is less than 1, it's really a good company. I mean, like in terms of debt to equity management. And current ratio should be more than 1. And PEG
Yeah, and
ratio should be,
PEG should be.
yep, short-term obligations. Current ratio is nothing but if any uncertainty has been happened, like if you see COVID, so which is unexpected. So whether the company is having that stability to withstand any kind of uh, all of sudden change in environments. So these kind of things. So short-term obligations or something like which has to be met by any company. If any unusual occurs, then the company should be having that potential. So this will be decide that current ratio.
Okay, sure.
Current ratio should be more than 1, ideally.
And interest rate and INT coverage,
Interest coverage
whatever
ratio
nowadays
actually
it's
should be more than 1 or 2. But now if you could see
yeah.
it's 30, which is really, really a very big sign. Do you want to see any
Okay.
other fundamentals? Any one stock quickly? Select one stock. I'll just revise it in 2 to 3 minutes quickly.
IEX. IEX.
Okay. So this is really a wonderful stock. Yeah. So just first of all, we will be going into the P&L portion, right? So you could see March 2011, the profits are 21, and March 2021, the profits are 259, which is 10 times once again. The same lines of the Deepak Nitrite we could see here, right?
Yeah.
And you could see the operating profit margin, 86%. Why? Just let me know why you could see 86% here. The only reason being
Because
it's a trading business. I mean, like it will earn in the form of commission. So there will be no capital cost. I mean, like no capital in the sense, no expenditure for this majorly.
okay, it's like a medium.
Exactly. It's just charging commission basis. So on that commission, so for that, they just need employees. I mean, like for administration task, at least they need some employees, right?
Yeah.
So if you could see the manufacturing cost, everything is very negligible. So that's why you could see the profit margin, operating profit margin is 82%, 80%, 80%. So it's just because it's into the commission business, there will be no major expenses. Like let me suppose say you are into the business of pen manufacturing. You need some raw materials to manufacture pen, right? So which will be almost 60 to 70% of your cost. I mean, like if you want to manufacture a pen of 10 rupees, there will be expenses of 7 rupees. You'll be having a profit margin
Okay.
of 3 rupees, which is 30%, right?
Yeah, which is 30%. Yeah.
Here there is no cost as such, which we discussed 7 rupees, that cost will not be there here. Here they are having only nominal cost like maintenance of employees or else some nominal expenses. So that's why their operating profit margin is more. So coming back to the market cap, it qualify our more than 2000 crore and stock PE. Yeah, this is one best example where I said stock PE can be trading even more 3 times or 4 times of the industry PE. You know, you could see the stock PE is 86.7, but whereas the industry PE is 26.8. So which is almost 4 times, 3 to 4 times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is uh, I mean, like actually, this industry PE, they have considered peers as these people, PB, Finance, Affil India, but actually they are not the peers for this IEX. IEX is almost a monopoly kind of business. So it's something like which has been taken by the screener.in. So that's fine. Stock PE 86.5 is little overvalued, but once again, like there are stocks which are having even more than 100 PE also. That doesn't mean the stock is bad and it can't deliver any returns from there. Okay.
Yeah.
You can see the return on capital employed for Deepak Nitrite 39.9, but for IEX it's almost 60%. So which is really a handsome return for any kind of shareholder.
Yeah.
But then here the promoter holding is nothing. So which is one thing which you have to taken care of. So that means you have to monitor this business regularly. So if there are any unusualities, then definitely you have to take the call of exiting on timely basis. Okay.
Yeah.
Debt to equity ratio is pretty much under control. So I think it is a debt free company. Once we go to the balance sheet, so the borrowings, if you see, it's just 11 crores. Okay. So
Yeah.
that means there were no borrowings for this company. So current ratio 1.79. We discussed if it is more than 1, then it's a good, right? So current ratio looks good for
Yes.
this company. Yeah, as I said, PEG ratio should be less than 1. But if you see the PEG ratio of 5, we discussed earlier. So PEG ratio more than 1 doesn't mean it's a bad stock. But then there are stocks which are trading more than 1 PEG ratios. But PEG ratio less than 1 is one kind of positive indication for our entry. Okay.
Yeah.
So see interest coverage ratio here, 174 times,
174.
which is phenomenal, right?
Yes.
So this is pretty much for IEX. You want to know something else apart from this?
No, I think I
I
got
think
a
these
good
are pretty
idea.
much major things which you have to see if you want to invest into any particular stock. Just try to read the annual reports, because annual reports give you a wealth of information. So you can just
Yeah,
see the outlook of the company, like how they want to grow, and how they already been here. So these kind of very good information will be available for you in the annual reports.
yeah. I think from my end, through this session, I got a good idea on basics of fundamental. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
I
think
think
it's been
we can have one more class on basics of technicals. We can have one more session, I think.
definitely, Rutvik. We will try to have that as well. I think this session has been too long, but I think uh,
But we got pretty good information.
I'm really glad. Like, if you couldn't get bored in between, so I hope
No, I didn't
you're
get
not
bored.
bored,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty much, Rutvik, in terms of fundamentals. If you want to know anything else, like if you are coming across anything when you are doing your own research, so I'll just quickly share one or two websites for you. So one is screener.in. This is what we will be generally looking, and the second one you will be very much aware of, that money control. So money control, quickly, like you will be looking for the pure Trusky score in money control. So just, actually the premium version is there, but I don't have that right now. So just Deepak Nitrite, if I click on the Deepak Nitrite share, so you could see this MC essential score as well. So this one thing which I will be taking into the consideration. So there were certain parameters which has been considered by the MC essentials. So more than 65 is good in my perspective. And quickly you can go through the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and yeah, that's what majorly in this money control. So if you have premium versions, you can have little edge on that. So try to take that premium version, because it's just 360 rupees around. I'm having, but here I just need to once again enter the credentials. It will take time. So pretty much, actually, these are the two websites I'll be using more, Rutvik, in terms of fundamentals. Screener.in and money control is very much helpful. Even Trendline is also very good. Trendline, it will help you to see the valuation perspectives and durability perspectives. I'll just quickly show you. Yeah. So these three values need to be considered. So if you could see, yeah, sorry, Deepak fertilizers I have taken. So Deepak Nitrite. You could see in terms of durability, it is very good. 90 out of 100 is really a very good durability. But valuation wise, it was little expensive. That's what Trendline is saying. And you could see strengths, weaknesses, each and everything. So these are the three websites I'll be using majorly, Rutvik. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank
So
you very
that's
much,
it
sir.
pretty much from my end, Rutvik. So I hope this session there will be some kind of enlightenment for you in terms of fundamentals, because that's what I
Yeah,
can do. Like
definitely.
non-finance background, I can't dig deeper and then confuse you. So I just want to be on plain note. So I try to convey whatever I can do from my end. So that's it, Rutvik. Thank you so much for bearing me for
Yeah,
this
thank you very much.
long session. Okay.
Yeah, actually it's good from my end. Thank you very much.
No problem, Rutvik. Have a good day. Let's meet
Yeah,
once
thank you.
again with the technicals. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Ritvik. Bye bye. Good day.